I was a really good kid. I was good to the bone. I was so good. I was the goodest. I was as good as they get. I was never got in trouble, never spoke out of turn, never had a detention. I was the quiet girl in the corner, and I was always fine. I did manage to make my way to the fringe, to the edge, to the periphery of the popular girls group. And I sat at the table at lunch with the popular girls. But because I was on the fringe of the popular girls, I was on the periphery of the popular girls, it was very important that I sat at the popular girls' table because my position was tenuous. But there were always more girls that wanted to sit at the popular girls' table than there was room at the table. So I had math right before lunch, and every day I would stack up my notebook and my book. This was like 8th grade. I would stack up my notebook and my book, and the minute the bell rang, I would run downstairs and plant my books right in the middle of the table to save my space. And then I would run to the lunch line and get in line, get my food with my tray, come back. And the idea was that my space there, right in the center of the table, would be saved. So I would sit in the center of the popular girls' table, which would mean I was at the center of the popular girls. It was very important that I do this. But what happened is I would run down there, put my books down, run to the lunch line, get my food, and when I came out with my tray, my books would be pushed to the side, and the table was completely full. And I would have to squish in at the end like one half a butt cheek on the bench just to squeeze into the popular girls' table. The kind of heartbreaking and kind of beautiful thing was I did this every day. I did this every day. Like every day I was determined. I believed that today was the day my space was going to be saved with my books. Oh. Anyway, Brenda Dallow. The girls. So I have to say the girls were nice to me. You know, they were nice enough. They would write in my yearbook, "To a nice girl who never talks but is cute anyway. Good luck with the boys. Stay the same. Friends forever. True love always." But Brenda Dallow was different. Brenda Dallow didn't care about sitting at the popular girls' table. She sat at her own table. Brenda Dallow didn't care about being a popular girl, but everybody liked Brenda Dallow. And she was kind of bad. Well, not bad like bad, but she got away with stuff. And if she got in trouble, she didn't care. Brenda Dallow was in charge, and everybody knew it, and no questions asked. And if there were questions, Brenda Dallow had the answer. She had a comeback for everything. The coolest thing about Brenda Dallow was she liked me. She paid attention to me. And she wrote in my yearbook, "To a wild and crazy girl, you'll go far. Love, Brenda." And I loved that autograph. I wanted to take it out and frame it. So Brenda was actually my pal. And one day in the library, we were sitting at a table studying. And it was always just a little bit exhilarating being with Brenda because you never knew what was going to happen. So we're sitting there at the library studying, and our heads are down, our books are open, and our heads are down, and we're studying, and all of a sudden, something started to move. And we both knew, without any design or plan or conversation, we were both signed on for the mission. We both knew how important it was that we not get caught and that we stay focused and we follow through. With our eyes focused on our books, we started to move the table. And we just scooched it over one little inch, and then another little inch, and then another little inch. Now this was edgy for me. This was edgy for me because I was terrified of getting in trouble. Brenda didn't care, but I cared. Getting in trouble was like the end of the world for me. So, but this was also exhilarating, and we started moving the table, and my eyes are focused down, and I'm saying to myself, okay, so act normal, act calm, stay calm, act normal, nothing is happening here, everything's fine, do not look at Brenda, do not look up, do not look at Brenda. If you look at Brenda, you're gonna laugh. Oh my God, it's happening, nobody knows this is happening. Even Mr. Oakham, he cannot tell we're moving the table, and we moved the table imperceptibly. It was like a blade of grass growing, or like the hour hand on the clock moving. Nobody knew we were moving the table. And for the entire 40-minute period, we, with sharp focus on our books, we moved that table not a couple of inches, not a couple of feet. We moved that table from one side of the library to the other without anybody noticing. And when the bell rang, we stood up, and Mr. Oakham, with his jaw dropped, finally figured out what had happened, and he pointed at the table, and then he pointed at us, and he said, "You, get back here." But it was too late. We were already out the door. We were out the door, and I felt big and alive and wild and crazy. I had broken a rule and not gotten in trouble. I had gotten away with it. And Brenda and I walked down the hall. And that day at lunch, I did not sit at the table with the popular girls. I sat with Brenda Dallow, and I knew in my bones in that moment that I was fine. I was totally, completely, and utterly fine.